Welcome to another exciting episode of Home Sweet Home. My name is Rod McCall.
Hey, Rod.
Hey.
My name is Bryce.
Well.
Bryce Runge, actually.
Oh, it is. You got a last name.
Yes.
Okay. Well, pardon us.
Welcome.
Yeah, it's good to see you.
It's
been
good
a while.
to see you again. Glad to see you're not wearing that hideous tie.
Now you're just jealous. You know what? I tell you what I'll do is I will get you your own tie, and then we can have twin day, and we can wear them together.
Just get it to me next season when the Bears are doing good.
Okay. Well, one's a college, one's a pro.
I don't really have you could get something Hawaii or something.
Ooh, they have a Hawaiian shirt that I've seen advertised that has, the Jayhawk on it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Sherry won't let me buy it.
Why?
I don't know.
Come on, Sherry. Just let him buy. And you know what, Sherry? You get him the shirt. Just a random gift.
There you go. Unexpected gift at an unexpected time.
There you go. And who knows what you might rub your feet or something. Okay.
Okay, wow. You really went sideways on that.
Sorry.
Sorry. So.
Okay.
Well, tell me, I've seen the PlayStationers at an Xbox. Is that Braddock's?
Braddock's PlayStation, yeah.
Okay. Does he ever let you play?
Does he let me play?
Uh-huh.
I play when I want to.
You play when you want to. Because you're the dad.
I don't ever play, though, unless he's playing.
Okay. So would you guys play together?
Sometimes, occasionally, yeah.
What games do you guys play?
We used to play... Oh, my gosh. I can't remember now.
Like Madden football?
We would play football. He'd beat me. Another one we would play, it's this... It's like soccer, but it's like with cars, and it's like this ball, and it's...
Oh, yeah.
It was pretty hot for a little bit.
Yeah. And my stepson played that a lot.
Okay, we played that. There have been a couple other that, when he's home, if he jumps on there, we usually come up into the play room there, and he'll play. The girls will run around, and we'll jump on it and play something. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, every once in a while.
All right. What else do you guys do for fun?
I know we talked about this a little while ago, but the collecting football, baseball, basketball cards has resurfaced. When I was 13, I had a massive collection, and I was smart enough to protect and keep. I would say majority of them, and they've been in a box, and something inspired me to get them out and start showing Braddock's, and he got all excited. Next thing you know, we have now doubled our cards.
Okay.
So we're into that, and it's been fun, and we'll watch YouTubes on.
Okay.
It's been good for me personally. It's a hobby, if you will, and so it's been good, and it's something that I felt like I needed, and the fact that we get to do it together is it's priceless.
Sure.
So I do that, or golf.
Okay.
Golf. I like to play golf.
Kind of hard to golf in the wintertime, but God bless Texas in the winter.
It was 70-something degrees yesterday. It would have been a good day to golf yesterday.
Oh, well, it is sunshiny and nice out today, too. So, do you like to golf?
I do.
I know I've gone with you a couple of times driving the cart.
You drove the cart?
I do. I'm very good at driving the cart. I'm pretty crappy at swinging the golf club. Well, the reason why I ask is...
why are you asking me? Do you want to go golf?
Yeah, only if I get to drive the cart again.
You could drink beer.
I can be the beer cart person, absolutely.
Yes.
Well, because I ran across an article, and it was talking about the benefits of play.
Okay.
And, when you think of play... You think of kids, little kids, when you're little and you're playing with Tinker Toys or Lincoln Logs, or you're, with the neighbor kids and you're maybe playing hide and go seek, or, you're playing, we used to play like kickball,
okay.
The neighbor kids, and,
yeah.
Or you're going out, show you how old I've gotten. We used to play guns. That's what we played Army Men,
Yeah, you can't do that anymore.
Yeah. But anyway, but so as kids we play, but what about as you get older, when you move away from being, 7, 8, 10, do you still play? As you get into, okay, working with all the junior high and high school kids or middle school and high school kids that we did, how many of them actually played? Well, they played a sport, but were they playing it for fun?
Right.
And so I ran across this article by this guy, and it was talking about the benefits of play.
Okay.
But this guy was director of the Neuro Leadership Institute. And his name is Dr. David Rock. And he was talking about how we benefit from play. Okay. In fact, he was talking about that play can better prepare us to navigate workplace and school place challenges.
Okay. Yep.
He even says that playtime can mentally prepare us to be willing to experiment and, to take risk. By the way, I love playing the game Risk.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you've ever played the game Risk.
It's been many moons since playing Risk.
I love playing that game. Anyway, but I don't think that's what he was meaning. Anyway, sidebar, sorry. But he also was saying that, you get a benefit of, okay, so you tried something and it failed. Mm-hmm. Okay, well, that's what play does.
Right.
That when you play, going out and playing a game for fun can have a lot of benefits across the board. And in fact, he goes, you want to play games that you're doing for fun.
Right.
Okay. He was saying whether it's hide and seek with your kids, to playing Wordle. I don't do that, but I know a lot of people do. Play is basically what he says we do for fun.
Right.
He says, if you're practicing, you're playing the piano and you're practicing your, scales for an upcoming recital, that's not play. Mm-hmm. That's work. But if you're playing the piano to, you're picking out your favorite tune and you're just jamming, the keys to, your favorite song and you're singing out the lyrics to the song. Well, now that's
different.
Yeah, that's play. Yeah. But he said, for little kids, it can be a beneficial way to learn. But as you continue to grow and get older, that's not something that you should stop.
Got it.
In fact, and I'm going to have to share this with Sherry, it says playing video games is beneficial to your mental health. So
I don't buy it.
No.
Make him prove this article to you, Sherry.
Okay, well, I will. But, playing video, because I do. I will play with my nephews.
Sure.
And I'm not very good, and they're much better at it. But it's fun. For me, it's relaxing.
Yeah.
And I'm playing to play. And, I'm not like some of those YouTube people that play video games, and they're winning the millions of dollars. Yeah. But, they're saying the play. And I would say from my own personal experience, this is true. But his argument is that when you play, you're relaxing, mm-hmm. you're de-stressing, you're letting off steam.
Right.
And, well, I think we've talked before that when you can do that, well, that it helps, your mental health.
Sure.
Yeah. Now, if you're playing, now I will say that I've had to quit play when I get angry.
You get too aggressive.
Well, and it becomes too competitive, and I've lost the fun perspective, and now I'm playing to win.
Well, now you've become angry.
Yes.
And we just recently spoke about that.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And so I thought it was really interesting. And he even talks a little bit about that there is a science to this.
Okay.
And he says that we have a basic drive to play, such as similar to that of eating food. All right. He says play is inherently pleasurable.
Okay.
That's why we do it.
Yeah.
And okay, I won't disagree. I love to play.
Okay.
In fact, that's one of my downfalls is that I can play too much. And then
oh, right. You crossed over that line.
Well, now I'm playing all the time. And I'm not doing things I should do.
Right.
And so, which is why I haven't played my PlayStation for a while, because again, I feel like, well, it's the holidays. It was, you got to do this. You got family obligations. Well, go do that. There's all kinds of different things. But I realized I was spending too much time playing.
Right.
To the point that it was now to the detriment of my responsibilities.
Right. You didn't have a healthy balance with what you needed to be doing responsibilities-wise versus the play.
Sure. And so, anyway, when this guy, he's talking about, why? Why? What's the science? Why is it pleasurable?
Yeah.
Okay. And it's one of the things he says is that play teaches us how to deal with the unexpected.
Okay.
And, I mean, we grew up playing cards in our family.
Yeah.
We might play a game called 10-Point Pitch.
Never heard of it.
Or we would play, Kings in the Corner. We would play Spades. We would play Spoons. We would play BS. But these are kind of fun games, and you got to be thinking on your toes.
Yeah.
You got to strategize. We'd play Monopoly. We'd play Life. We'd play Sorry. Connect Four, checkers, Chinese checkers. Oh, I hated Chinese checkers. I always sucked at that. But by playing this, it helps us, again, because the world will throw crap at us.
Yep.
Left and right.
All the time.
The more we can play games, the more it helps us prepare for the unexpected that life throws at you.
Right.
And so, again, that's where it kind of gets to be pleasurable. It also provides a way for us to experiment.
Okay.
Well, because, okay, I don't know, you ever played chess?
I have tried to, but it never clicked with me.
I know how to move the pieces, but I don't know how to strategize.
Okay.
If that makes sense. When people say pawn to F4,
no,
I don't know what the hell that means.
No idea. No clue.
But I know that the pawn moves one piece at a time and can attack diagonally.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
That's more than I know.
Okay. So, but playing, I can play, but I play for fun.
Yeah.
And so I'm not a strategist. I can maybe plan a couple of moves ahead, but that's about it.
Right.
But by playing that way, well, you don't know what the other person's going to do. Mm-hmm. So you got to go, well, let's see, if I do this, they could do that.
Right.
Well, that's, again, helping our cognitive skills prepare for, this could happen.
Right. In real life, you have, you're conditioning your mind. Yeah, I get that. When we get up, my parents were in town for Christmas, which was really nice. It was pleasant. We played. There were a handful of nights that we played Uno.
Oh yeah, I love that game.
Yahtzee. Yahtzee is my mom's favorite. But even in Uno, it's like you were saying, trying to be strategic. And we would play Monopoly. We had to stop playing because Braddock's would get all upset. Mm-hmm. But it's fun for us. We talk a lot of smack.
Oh sure.
Grandma even chimes in, so it's fun. But we get up, we walk away. There's this sense of relief, if you will, from the day. There's this little bit of stress that's off your shoulders. You have a different step, when you walk after just by, 30, 40 minutes of playing Uno.
Sure.
You had fun.
Yeah.
And to me, this is really, self-care, applying some self-care. You're disconnecting, you're having some fun. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's how I would view this, perceive this, but I get it. I see the benefit of it. And counselors play therapy.
Sure.
Right.
Sure.
So I don't know when that was introduced, but I've heard significant success through play therapy.
Sure. Eric did play therapy though, with an idiot of a play therapist. But yeah, play therapy works.
Yeah.
In fact, one of the things that this guy by the name of Stuart Brown, who is the founder of the National Institute of Play, he said that games provide us to learn boundaries. And so when you're a little kid, boundaries, what are the rules? But the rules, because there's rules in games, but there's rules in life.
Right.
And so therefore, if you can, by playing games, you're learning how to operate within a set of rules.
So how do you explain GTA?
Huh?
Grand Theft Auto.
Okay. Well, but even that game, there are no rules, but there are still rules within the game.
Right.
The things that if for you to win, you have to follow a certain set of rules. Now, those rules may teach things that are not necessarily appropriate.
Right.
All right. But you're still learning to operate within a defined area and you discover what can be successful and what cannot. And that's the other thing that play can do. With this allowance of experimentation, well, the idea is that it allows us to be flexible, mentally flexible. Okay, this doesn't work. We don't have a meltdown.
Oh, right.
Okay, now, with your children being, 1.5 and 3.5,
there's meltdowns all the time.
Exactly. Why? Because, again, cognitive development in their brain.
Sure.
But you play with Braddock's, and if at first you don't succeed, he doesn't have the same level of meltdown.
Right.
He can go farther along before he has his meltdown.
Correct.
And so that's kind of the point, that the more you play within the rules or the boundaries of the game, well, now you get to experiment what will be allow you to be more successful.
Got it.
Well, if you're able to do that in the environment of a game, well, okay, the rules of life are there. The ways to be successful. Okay, how do you be successful? But even within that, now you're experimenting with different ways to be successful.
Exactly.
Having been a teacher in the classroom for 20 years, I experiment all the time.
Yeah.
Sometimes those experiments work, sometimes they don't.
Sure.
And so, but if I go back to, we played games growing up all the time. We would have family game night. We would just, my mom would say, well, let's get out a deck of cards. Let's play a game. Or, hey, go pick a game from, the game cabinet. Let's play a game.
Right.
So that way, my grandmother, same way. We would play games.
That's cool.
And so that, I had no idea. I doubt they did either. But the idea that there is a lot of benefits to play therapy, or to play.
Yeah.
And it's not just little kids. It's us as grown-ups. I mean, I love playing. Sherry calls it my nerd game. But I love playing my Magic the Gathering game with the guys that we get together, we play, and it's tactical, strategic, both levels of thinking, and but it is fun. And as adults playing, the level of smack talk is a lot different than when you're playing with kids,
right? And
so that can be a lot of fun. Play allows the imagination to work, and that's one of the other things that they talk about, is that it also leads to problem solving.
Yeah,
which
are all extremely beneficial things to becoming successful. Right, and so I get it. I'm sold. I'm sold on it.
Okay. Well,
I'm going to play video games more now.
Fantastic. Because again, all the different kinds of games gives you the opportunity to experiment, to problem solve. So that way, as you get into, you move away from gameplay and you're into life, well, again, how do I problem solve? Problem solve with relationships. Right. Problem solve with tasks at school. Problem solve with tasks at work. And again, play. So I'm finding this, and again, playing for fun. I think, and that's where the article keeps coming back. Play for fun.
Play for fun.
If you're playing for anything other than, then it's not play.
Right.
And so you don't get the full benefits. Now,
it's almost doing the opposite.
True. I will, and that's where they say make it silly.
Okay.
Because if you're making it silly, then it's less likely to be taken so seriously.
Right.
Because when you're playing for fun, like Pictionary, drawing all those pictures and like, or I don't know if you've ever seen the Ellen DeGeneres game where you've got a card on your forehead and everybody else is trying to
figure it. Yep.
That's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We did that one year at Thanksgiving at my mom and dad's.
Nice.
And some of those videos made it up on Facebook. And oh my Lord, it was hilarious watching my various family members do that. But again, it was fun. It was entertaining.
Right.
It was creative. Problem solving.
Mm-hmm.
But it was most importantly silly.
Right.
And to me, that's what games are supposed to be.
Yeah.
Because here's where I think gaming can get to be a problem. And I have fallen victim to this. And that is becoming too competitive.
Ah, okay.
Being competitive is one, how do I say it?
It's okay to be competitive.
But you can go to the extreme.
You could go, yep.
Because if you're a decent amount of struggle pushes you, or a decent struggling competitiveness can push you to try it. Well, let's try a little harder.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Again, going back to experimentation. If this didn't work, okay, well, let's try this time.
Right.
And let's try, okay, that didn't work so well. Or, hey, we had a little success. Let's try this again, or let's try another variant of this.
Mm-hmm.
So competitiveness, they were saying, can push you, but you can then, they don't say this, but I firmly believe that you can go too far.
Yeah.
And once you get to, I have become too competitive, and next thing you know, I'm yelling and I'm hooting and hollering and I'm pissed and I'm angry, and Mr. Nasty comes to play.
And then nobody wants to be around you.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
When I've played Magic with the guys, sometimes I reach that saturation point of, my God, I've lost 12 out of the last 15 games.
Because you were trying to be too competitive instead of having fun.
I guess so. And as a consequence, I don't want to play anymore.
Ah.
But as a grown up, you can't just kick you can't kick the ball down the street and say, fine, and, go home. There is a little bit of social norms.
Right.
So competitiveness is good, but like, I guess so many things, moderation.
Yep.
So, but again, play. I'm going through all these things that they're talking about, and I am amazed at just how many positives there can come from play.
Well, just kind of listening to you expand on this, it's really, we've discussed that in past episodes, or I don't know, maybe we haven't, I don't know, that the brain is malleable. That, that's by doing this, we're growing.
Uh-huh.
We're expanding. We're exploring. You said something about an imagination. I wonder how many people have just kind of lost imagination because they're stuck in this state of stagnation because they're not doing certain things like you said. And so to me, these are growth opportunities. Mm-hmm. And we've talked about growth mindset in the past, and that's, to me, it gives you a different channel to have fun, explore while your mind is growing.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And the health benefits are good. Mm-hmm. The positive impacts it can have on brain development are immense. And I mean, even again, with the two little girls, playing games with them is not only are you stretching the brain, but you're, like you were saying you did, over the Christmas holidays, you're also creating memories, you're bonding, you're strengthening interpersonal relationships.
Yep.
I mean, across the board, family game night has way more positives.
Yeah.
And it is worth the time. In fact, you know what? I may see what Sherry's thinking about for playing games.
I think that's a good idea.
I
I
mean,
think it's a great idea.
who knows what kind of games, you can come up with. Let the imagination go to work,
Let
right?
the imagination go to work, Rob.
Okay, wait a minute. That went sideways real fast, too.
I'm feeling I'm play a game tonight too.
Okay. All right.
Not with you though.
Good, because I was thinking, depending on what kind of game you play, there might be number 4. Anyway, hey, so how about them Bears?
The Bears. Alrighty then. Great episode on play. I do believe that we in our house we need to incorporate that more because we do. There's so much joy in playing games.
Oh yeah,
and then again, like you said, those memories and just I think there's so many benefits. And you've said it. I'm just kind of being a parrot right now, and just there's so many benefits to it. So go get yourself a board game and sit down and play with your family this weekend.
All right, play. PLAY. Now, that is a 4-letter word I can get behind. No? Okay. All right. Well, on that note, we're going to call it a day. I'm Rod.
I'm Bryce. Y'all have a good week.
All right. Bye.